Continuing coverage tonight, we had a lot of viewer questions come in following a judge's ruling that Donthe Lucas will be tried for the murder of Kelsie Schelling.
Now, she went missing when she went to tell him she was pregnant more than 5 years ago in Pueblo. Now, while the family was relieved, some wondered how a murder case could be tried without a body or any kind of murder weapon. News 5's Laura Wilson spoke with a criminal defense attorney today to get those answers for us tonight. Laura.
Those murder trials without a body are rare in Colorado, but they have happened. We pulled data from a former federal homicide prosecutor who has documented just over 500 of what he refers to as no body trials, and they're dating back to the early 1800s. Now, 4 of them were here in Colorado, and all 4 that we're pulling up had defendants who were found guilty.
I have actually never seen in the 10 years that I've been practicing a case where they don't have a body, they don't have blood splatter, they don't have a murder weapon.
Criminal defense attorney Jeremy Loew is skeptical of the circumstantial case prosecutors have built so far against Donthe Lucas, who was accused of murdering his pregnant girlfriend, Kelsie Schelling, back in 2013.
When I first heard about the arrest, I heard that his mother was, I believe, also in custody. And my immediate assumption was that she must have said something on a recorded jail phone line. Beyond that, I can't figure out why they would possibly try and proceed forward. They get one bite at the apple here.
He thinks there's some public pressure on the judge to go to trial, but wasn't surprised the case made it past a preliminary hearing.
Hearsay is allowed. So literally, if they can show just a little bit of evidence that a crime was committed, they make it through a preliminary hearing, and that buys the defendant a seat at the defense table.
But as far as the actual trial goes,
the defense attorney can literally walk in and say, how do you even know she is dead? How do you know she didn't run away? How do you know she wasn't kidnapped? There are so many other possibilities here that to prove that this gentleman committed murder beyond a reasonable doubt is going to be so very difficult for the prosecutors in Pueblo to do.
Still, national data shows murder trials without a body heavily favor the prosecution, with 86% of defendants convicted. Loew believes detectives are still searching for evidence, which they could get with Lucas and some of his family members behind bars.
People say stupid things on recordings to their parents or their girlfriends, and the detectives are listening to all of those calls because at that point they can go and find the evidence they need.
Loew says it's possible prosecutors have some type of confession or damning evidence they haven't revealed, but not likely, he says, because in this type of case, they would want to lay all their cards on the table right away. So here's what Loew said prosecution could be trying to do in the coming months. They may be looking for a plea bargain, in which case this wouldn't go to trial. And we have seen in past cases, plea bargains are offered in exchange for a defendant revealing where the body is or if there was any kind of murder weapon. Now, Lucas's arraignment has been set for August 28th. Always watching out for you, Pueblo. Laura Wilson, News 5.
Laura, thanks. So what is the circumstantial evidence the prosecution keeps focusing on? Well, we've reported in the past that Lucas was the last known person to see Kelsie alive and used her debit card after she disappeared. On Thursday, prosecutors honed in on a very specific text conversation between Lucas and his mother a day after Kelsie disappeared. Lucas texted his mom saying, "I'm going to make sure she didn't leave anything in the house." His mother texts back asking if he's okay. He responds by telling her yes, and that he's 100% positive she's not pregnant. She then asks if Lucas is ready for a smoke and a pancake, to which he replies, "Hell yeah, LOL, let me get her out of here." There's a lot more evidence that was presented during that 3-day preliminary hearing. We have that continuing coverage on our website right now for you at KOAA.com.